Okay, so this is the DC load line. To draw the DC load line, we require 2 points at x-axis and y-axis respectively, and then we will join these 2 points so that we will get the DC load line. One point it should be in the x-axis and another point it should be in y-axis. So we need to find out the x-axis coordinate and y-axis coordinate, and once we join these 2 points, we will get the DC load line. And the slope of this DC load line is shown as -1 divided by RS. And here we are taking two devices, device 1 and device 2. And now we will take a point at which this DC line is intersecting with respect to this curve. So this is your point. Okay. Now the coordinate of this point is defined by VGS1 in x-axis and ID1 in y-axis because it is connected with device 1. Similarly, the same DC load line, it is intersecting with the device 2's curve also. And based upon this intersection point, we are having the x-axis point as VGS2 and y-axis point as ID2, as it is with respect to device 2. And we need to identify the change in drain current. We need to identify the change in drain current ID1 and ID2 because of some reasons, whatever we have stated earlier. Maybe it is because of the device replacement, maybe because of the temperature variations, all those things. I hope the objective of our study is clear for you, and later will come with the derivations, how we have attained with the slope and how we have drawn the DC load. As of now, you just copy this particular graph. Make sure that you are indicating all those relevant parameters in x-axis and y-axis. This is Vg by Rs. Again, I am telling this point is Vg divided by Rs point. Okay, Vg divided by Rs, y-axis intercept. Okay, so why I have drawn this graph is to study the effect of Rs on the variability of drain current, because I need to maintain the drain current constant irrespective of any variations. So for that, we have a critical role on Rs because Rs is going to determine the drain current variations. Rs is called as degeneration resistance. Rs is called as degeneration resistance. Okay, so Rs is actually determining the effect on ID or variations on ID. So for showing that effect, we have drawn this particular graph along with the DC load line and the two curves. Any doubts, students? Now more clarity will be given in the next slide, that how the DC load line is being shown here. Okay. So first, to draw a line, always we need 2 points, right? To draw a line, we need 2 points. One point will be in the x-axis and another point will be in the y-axis. So first take the x-axis of the figure. Take the x-axis of the graph. When you are trying to find a point in the x-axis, what will be the y-axis value? Please put your answers in the chat box. I want everyone to respond, please. You are trying to fix a point in the x-axis, means what will be the corresponding value of y-axis? Very good. Others, please. Please put your answers in the chat box. Don't sit idle. The question is, you are going to fix a point in the x-axis. So what will be the corresponding value of y-axis? Actually, what is plotted in y-axis? It is a drain current. So we have to fix a value for drain current so as to get a feasible point in x-axis. So what is the drain current value? It will be yes, Nikita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what will be the possible value of ID?
For ID, sir.
Yes, you are fixing a point in x-axis on x-axis. So what will be the value of y-axis? If you are fixing a point in x-axis means in a two-dimensional plane, what will be the y-axis coordinate?
0.
0. Good. So in y-axis, yes, very good, Neeta. So in y-axis, we are plotting ID. So the value of ID will be 0. Clear? So case 1, you can write. You are putting ID as 0. You are putting ID as 0. Then you need to find the value of VGS. Okay, so for that you have to apply KVL in your circuit. Already we have written this. The KVL is VG is equal to VGS plus IDRS. Take down that equation again. VG is equal to VGS plus IDRS. So in this equation, you are putting ID as 0. Okay, why you are putting ID as 0? Because you are trying to find the coordinate in x-axis. So put ID 0, then the value of VGS will become equal to VG. Okay, so VGS is equal to VG. So whenever the drain current is 0, then gate to source voltage will be equal to gate voltage because there is no drop across RS. Please remember the circuit, turn your pages. Take that particular circuit diagram of the biasing technique with RS. Take the circuit diagram. When ID equal to 0, do you find any voltage drop across RS? No, we can't expect any voltage across RS because current is 0. Voltage means current into resistance. So when there is no current means there is no voltage drop across RS. That means whatever we have fixed at the gate, the same voltage will come across the junction, that is gate to source junction. So we can say that VGS is equal to VG when ID is equal to 0. Clear? So for this reason, in the graph on x-axis, we have marked our coordinate, that is VG. Okay. So this is a graph. So this is a point on the x-axis and we have marked it as VG because VGS is equal to VG when ID is equal to 0. Any doubts? Ramya Priya, any doubts?
No, sir.
Good. Now coming to y-axis. We have to fix a point in y-axis. So if you take any point in y-axis, what will be the point on x-axis or what will be the x-axis coordinate? What will be the x-axis coordinate when you are finding a point in y-axis? Obviously, the x-axis should be 0, isn't it? X-axis should be 0. That means what you are plotting in x-axis? Which parameter you are plotting in x-axis? Sandosh Gowda, which parameter you are plotting in x-axis? It is
VGS.
VGS. So we have to make VGS 0. So again, take our equation. We have found an equation by applying KVL, right? So that equation you have to take and you need to set VGS as 0. I hope you are writing. So you have to substitute VGS as 0. Correspondingly, you will find your y-axis. What is y-axis? Y-axis is ID. In y-axis, you are plotting ID. So you need to find the value of ID corresponding to 0 value of VGS. So ID is equal to VG divided by RS. ID is equal to VG divided by RS that you have shown in your graph. Okay. So the DC load lines, y-axis coordinate, the DC load lines, y-axis coordinate will be VG divided by RS as you have derived now. So this point is VG by RS and this point is VG. So now you got a point on x-axis and y-axis. After that, you can join these 2 points and this will be your DC load line. This is your DC load line. So this is what is a procedure of drawing a DC load line over the characteristic curve ID versus VGS. Any doubts? Now, once you finish drawing the DC load line, next our step is to find the slope of this line, the slope of this particular line. You know that any straight line, it can be represented by a general equation, that is y is equal to mx plus c, where y is your y-axis parameter, x is the x-axis parameter, m is your slope, and c is the constant. Now, this general equation you have to relate with your equation, that is whatever you have applied in your circuit, that is KVL, that equation have to be compared with the general equation of line. So please compare this equation and this equation, and you will rewrite this equation in this format. You will rewrite this main equation in the format of equation number 2, because you have to compare and find the slope. So the equation VG is equal to VGS plus IDRS. That particular equation you have to rearrange in such a way that in the left hand side it should be y parameter, and in the right hand side it should be the x parameter along with the constant. Is that clear for you? Now you tell me, what is your y parameter here? What is your y parameter in our equation? VG is equal to VGS plus IDRS. Please unmute and speak. To take this equation VG equal to VGS plus IDRS, what is your y-axis parameter? Should I call one by one? Then only you will speak. Huh? Yes. Fine, Nikita. Others? Sai Hassan. Sai Hassan. Which is the y-axis parameter here? Yes, it is. Yeah, tell your answer. What is the y-axis parameter? This equation VG equal to VGS plus IDRS. This was the equation that you got after applying the KVL. And you need to rearrange this equation in the format of y equal to mx plus c. So y parameter should be in the left side. So you have to identify which is the y parameter in our equation. Which is the y parameter in this equation? It is. Tell me the answer. What you have plotted in y-axis? Question is to Sai Hassan. You check the graph and let me know what you have plotted in y-axis. Are you listening or what? Shivani? Shivani, what is a y parameter in this equation? Vg equal to Vgs plus IDRS. Y parameter means the parameter that you are plotting in y axis of the graph. What is that? Shivani Yadav. You are absent. Next, Sneha. Sneha NS. Soumya.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell me which is a y parameter here.
ID, sir.
Is
ID.
ID. Yes. So you have to take this, very good, Soumya. You have to take this IDRS to the left side. Okay. So IDRS, you rearrange this. So IDRS will be, why you are taking IDRS to the left side? Because our conventional equation, y is equal to mx plus c. So IDRS is equal to Vg minus VGS. Okay, IDRS is equal to Vg minus VGS, from which you can rewrite ID. So ID is equal to Vg minus VGS divided by RS. ID is equal to Vg minus VGS whole divided by RS. Now what you're doing is you will split this RS among the two terms of numerator, because RS is applicable to Vg as well as VGS. Okay. So which is constant here? VGS or Vg? Vg is constant because I already told you this is the method of fixing Vg by using some battery or by using the voltage divider network. So Vg is fixed here, so that can be taken as constant. So Vg by Rs, again Rs resistance value, that is also constant. So Vg by Rs is a constant. So the remaining term minus VGS by Rs, it corresponds to your Mx. I hope you are getting. Since Vg is constant, why Vg is constant? Please recall the heading of this biasing technique. That is, here we are trying to fix Vg. Okay, trying to fix Vg by using some DC source or by using voltage divider network. So Vg remains constant and Rs is also constant, as you know. So Vg by Rs can be considered as constant C. So the remaining term minus VGS by Rs is your Mx term. This is your Mx term and this is your C. Now what is X? X parameter. X is nothing but the parameter that you are plotting in the x-axis of the graph, that is your VGS. So this is your X term. So the remaining term will be your M. So minus 1 by Rs is your M, that is your slope. So in this way, you have found the slope of the DC load line. Okay, so the slope of the DC load line is minus 1 by Rs. Any doubts in this mathematical approach? Now, why you have done this is, I already told you in the beginning, you need to check the effect on variability of the drain current because of the variation in Rs, or how you can control the change in drain current by suitably taking the value of Rs that you are going to prove. Okay. So as you see that the slope of this DC load line is minus 1 by Rs. Why minus? Because the line is coming towards negative, right? So it is having negative slope. It is coming down only. It is not increasing. It is decreasing. I'll show the previous slide. Okay. This is your DC load line. It is coming down. So the slope is negative. Now, what will happen if Rs increases? What will happen if Rs increases? then the slope will decrease. Correct? Because it is 1 by Rs now. Slope is 1 by Rs. So slope is inversely proportional to Rs. So if you are taking a larger value of source resistance, then the slope of the DC load line will decrease. Taken down or what? Please take down the important points. I'll ask you to submit the note after this module. After 9 hours, I will make a folder in the classroom and you need to submit the whole notes. Okay, lecture notes. So here I told you when Rs increases, slope decreases, means it becomes less steep. This line will become less steep. Consider this as a ladder. Means it is becoming less steep, means whether it will come down or move up. Whether this line will come down or move up. Please share your views. When Rs increases means 1 by Rs decreases, that is slope will decrease, which means this line DC load line will move up or it will come down. Please put your answers in the chat box. Yes. Very good, Nikita. Others? If you are responding means I will be able to understand that you are following. Otherwise, it means that you are not following anything. You are simply sitting or you have logged in and you have gone somewhere. Very good, very good. Sai Hassan. Is that yes, Sriraj, very good. It will come down. Obviously, it should come down, right? So when slope increases means, when slope decreases means the DC load line should come down. Now, observe the graph carefully again. So if this DC load line comes down means, what will be the gap between ID1 and ID2? What will be the gap between ID1 and ID2? This gap, whether it will be more or less. Suppose it again comes down. Suppose it again comes down means whether the gap ID2 minus ID1, the difference, is it increases or will it decrease? Please analyze carefully. Imagine that this ladder, this DC load line, it comes down towards x-axis. So what will happen to this gap ID2 minus ID1? Yes, very good. It will decrease. It will decrease. No. Somebody has put increase. You just analyze it carefully. It will decrease. Fine. So the variation between the current, the variation between the two drain currents will decrease, which means ID2 will approach towards ID1. Okay. So the conclusion is when Rs increases, please write it. When Rs increases, 1 by Rs decreases, means slope decreases. The line will become less steep. Less steep means the variability or the variation or the difference between ID2 and ID1 decreases, or you can say that even after the device replacement, even after the variation in temperature, even after the variation in the aspect ratio, even after the variation in your COX, but still the two drain currents are approximately same. That is our requirement of biasing. That is how we are fixing the Q point in the feasible saturation region. Is that fine? So hence we can say that the degeneration action has been taken place by using that RS resistance. So if somebody asks you what is the advantage of fitting an external resistance in the source. Apart from fixing VG, you should tell that a high value of resistance RS in the source will be able to make the Q point more stable. That means the change in the load current or the drain current can be negligibly very small, or you can claim there is no change in drain current. So please note down these 2 points. The comparison of your previous case. The first case was fixing VGS. The second case was fixing VG along with an external resistance RS. So you just compare to the case of fixed VGS case. That is your conventional case or the most straightforward approach, isn't it? In that case, we were not using any source resistance. So compared to the case of fixed VGS, here the variability obtained in ID is very small. So how you have achieved this variability decreasing? Variability decreases with increasing in RS and VG that provides a bias line less steep. Okay. So one approach is to increase RS. Second approach is VG can also be controlled. Okay, but you just study this RS because VG anyway you are keeping constant, right? So it is easy way to fix RS or easy way to choose RS. Okay, you have to fix VG and choose RS properly. High value or low value? High value, because if you take high value of RS, the slope will decrease, it will become less steep, and thereby we can fix the Q point in our target region. Now, I've been talking you that you have to fix VG, fix VG, fix VG. But how we are going to fix VG? Practically, we will not be able to use a separate DC source. Again, that circuit complexity will increase. In the beginning, the first class, in the introduction class, I told you all these circuits you are going to fabricate inside one silicon chip, or you are integrating all these complicated circuits inside an IC. So there you can't fix battery and all, right? So you will have one DC source, and from this DC source, you are going to generate the required DC voltage wherever you want. Okay. So from this VDD, by making use of a potential divider network RG1, RG2, you can fix a constant voltage VG. So this is the practical circuit that you are using. The first circuit, whatever I have shown, here I have used a constant VG. I have mentioned like a constant VG you will be applying. But when you are realizing this in a practical way, you will use a single power supply VDD, and from this VDD, you will use a voltage divider network comprising of RG1 and RG2, and with that, we will fix VG whatever you want. So please take down this. Again, you can compare this circuit and the first circuit, whatever you have drawn for your this thing, that is biasing by fixing VGS. The only difference that you will observe is there you don't have RS, but in this we are having a source resistance RS. I'll show that once again, that circuit I'll show once again. See, this was that circuit. RG1, RG2 without any RS.